What are the top New York Jet player nicknames of all time? Let's dive in.
And we're back. We are going over the top 10 New York Jet nicknames of all time.
Some pretty cool one.
10 New York Jet player nicknames, because if you can't win a Super Bowl, at least sound cool try. Damon Harrison, Snap. When you're 350 pounds and eat running backs for lunch, the nickname writes itself. Curtis Martin, Freight Train. Smooth, powerful, and once he's rolling, you just step aside and pray. Ahmad Gardner, Sauce. A very fitting name for a cornerback that sticks to wide receivers. Wayne Corbett, Flash. Undrafted, underrated, unexpected. Basically our version of Rudy. Greg Buttle, the Mad Backer, because mild-mannered linebacker who gets the job done didn't hit his heart. Mark Sanchez, the Sanchise. Started strong, ended with a butt fumble. He was the franchise for a minute. Klecko, Gastineau, Lyons, and Salam, the New York Sack Exchange. When your D-line sounds like a Wall Street firm but hits like a wrecking ball, that's elite branding. John Connor, the Terminator. Yes, it does not make sense if you watch the movies, but it sounds cool. Darrell Revis, Revis Island, a remote island where wide receivers disappeared and never returned. Joe Namath, Broadway Joe. Fur coats, guarantees, a Super Bowl ring. He was swagger before he was
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that list?
I think it's New York Sack Exchange. I think it's the best one without a doubt.
You think the New York Sack Exchange is
Yeah, I think it really it's absolutely 100% New York, right? And then it also is a nickname for a group of guys. I think it's just absolutely perfect.
I tend to agree with that. I just said that Terminator was the best just because his name is fucking John Connor,
Right.
and he's an actual beast of a human being.
It makes no sense, though. The actual nickname makes no sense.
Oh, I know, because John Connor's not the Terminator. I get that, but still, like
John Connor.
He was in the movie. Whatever. I still think that it's it's pretty fucking close. What were they going to name him? You know what I mean?
Well, it was Rex Ryan who made the name, right? You think he could have used, but whatever. Yeah, he gave him the name.
But I mean, if the category is New York name, you know what I mean? Like if New Yorkiness is the main part of it, or is a main factor in it, then you got to go with Broadway Joe or the Sack Exchange. Those are the two.
Yeah, well, Revis Island, Randall's Island, that was pretty good. I thought. I'm gonna throw the Mad Backer in there just as a great nickname, right? Like Mad Backer is a great nickname, regardless of what you say. Even though he was good, but it's just a great nickname on that one. Who do you think should have made this list, right? That basically was just on the bubble. And by the way, just to tell you guys how we figured this out, we polled thousands of you. Thank you for voting and all that stuff, and this is the list that came out.
I don't know. I can't think of really anyone outside of this that.
Oh, excellent. Q.
Diesel, Freeman McNeil.
Yeah, Diesel's pretty good.
Yeah.
Man, we came really prepared for this one, huh?
No, I think that these are the nicknames, right? Like
These are the nicknames.
They aren't any ones that I'm like, oh man, we missed on that one.
Yeah, because we would have had them on the list. John, we would have called them out.
John, I don't know how you just didn't add or make Greg the Leg number one. Like that's shocking to me.
Because the voting was what the voting was, dude.
Yeah, right. Yeah, listen, you listen, Trump guy. I'm sure you're familiar with fixing votes and fixing polls and all that. So you could have went ahead and made him number one.
I mean, you don't want to go there on this episode, dude. Don't do it. You want to poke the bear, man? We'll poke the bear, man. I'll fuck you up, man.
Well, could have.
I'll tell you what, man.
Well, I mean, so who are the ones we're missing, right? You said Greg the Leg.
Take their germs.
Take their germs.
Trying to think.
Greg the Leg is probably the best one. That's not on the list.
Best nickname for a kicker outside of Martin Automatica Grammatica.
I think my
pretty
for
good.
A punter, I know
good.
It isn't great, but my favorite Chris Berman one ever was Jeff Philadelphia Fiegels. I don't know. Yeah. Every time I think about that one, it makes me laugh. It's amazing.
You know who needed a good nickname and didn't have one? Morstead.
Thomas Morstead?
Yeah, he needed a good one, man. It
wasn't a long enough jet to do it. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Like you gotta have, you either you gotta be
you
gotta be a guy. You know what I mean? Like Sauce was the guy. All throughout his life, and he got the nickname really young, right? So Sauce, right? Revis Island was probably the best defender of that 3-year stretch, right? That he had with us, right? So he got it, right? Curtis Martin made that list, right? Mark Sanchez was not that good, but he was the only really successful draft pick at quarterback that we've had, if you really think about it.
In the last 20 years.
Outside of Pennington, right?
Yeah, it's about 20.
Well, I mean, look, and the Sanchise, he got that nickname, while they were going to back-to-back AFC championship games.
Yeah,
right. So when he was given that, I think it was kind of valid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Sanchez is still like young enough to be in the NFL.
Yeah.
I think he's a very underrated analyst for Fox. I think he does a good job calling games.
Well, you watch Fox. Smart. You watch Fox.
Quarterbacks are smart, man.
Fox.
Quarterbacks are smart, man. Like, look at Tony Romo. I mean, some people hate him, but I think he's fucking good.
I think he's the best color commentator in the game.
No, yes. I think he's great. Yeah,
I think he's really good.
And I hate that they neutered him and don't let him say like what he sees is going to happen on the play. Like, I hate that.
Yeah, he was calling some shit out.
Yeah. Well, to be fair though, like, all right, so like one, he's a quarterback, right? Yeah. His job was to pre-snap read all the time, right? Mm-hmm. Second, like and you guys know it when we go to the games. This is really the thing I loved about going to the games is that you could see what's about to happen because you could see the whole freaking field, right? On TV, like, and I really wish the NFL figured out a way to do this where there was an alternate channel where you can get the full view from like the 300 section 50-yard line, right? Not like a full view, not
like
just
like a Madden view, the
Madden view would be very difficult, but
from an angle, right? An angled Madden view.
50-yard, like basically what the commentators are seeing, and obviously it's not cut, it's full. That's what I think would be better. But obviously wouldn't be as easily digestible to the common fan. No. But it would be good for those of us that really like to see how things develop because you can really see more about motions. You can actually see what the safeties are doing. That's the one thing. Like you can only really see like linebackers and like I get like not even all the receivers really sometimes, because they get cut out a little bit, right? It's usually only the one at the top, right? Because everyone's looking at the ball, right? That's what I think. I would like that.
And don't say it too loud though. YouTube TV is gonna make you pay extra for it and give you it as sell it to you as a fucking option for $10.99.
They should. That would be a smart idea.
Not for $10.99 a month, but yeah.
I would pay $10.99 a month just for that.
Extra? Wow, I would not.
I mean, I actually pay for the premium on the YouTube, so I would, I would.
It's already overpriced in my opinion.
The premium, no ads, man.
Yeah, but I have other streaming things. That's the thing. Like
I have premium also. I have premium. Do you guys pay for cable also, or did you
Yes.
Did you not pay for?
Yes.
Yeah,
no,
I pay for cable, and I have like all the streaming services. Like I just don't care.
Yeah,
of the three of us, now you're paying the most new age of us. Monty's by far the most new age of us, even though I think I'm the youngest in this group, right?
Indeed.
I think so, yeah.
Monty, how old are you again?
I'm 40.
Yeah. Adnan, you're basically 40, right?
I'm 45.
45, yeah, 45. You're basically 40. And I'm 37. So yes, okay.
So you're basically
I'm basically 40.
What's your 40? Between 40 and like 58 is one age.
Yeah, it's just
one age. Yeah, especially for guys. For women, it's always something different every year.
Yeah, my dad looked the same from like 40 to like 63.
Yeah, my dad looked the same. He's 88. He's looked the same since he was, 55. And so for guys, it's interesting, but
it's the beauty of being a man. We do age more gracefully, I guess. Like women, they do a lot of little work always, but like sometimes you get flashes like, oh, she looks great, but usually either they did some crazy workout routine or like they got some work done, boobs, whatever it might be, but yes, usually boobs.
Yeah, that's
Adnan doesn't like it as a compliance officer that I said boobs.
We could say boobs.
Yeah,
boobs. Great New York boobs.
I say
titties too. Nothing wrong with some titties.
Nothing wrong with some titties. Did any of you guys? I mean, we could save it for another episode. Oh, we could talk about the whatever. It doesn't matter. But all right, so nicknames. Who do you think on this Jets roster, right, warrants a nickname that doesn't have one?
Garrett, I think Garrett Wilson has to have a nickname.
Yeah,
and I just don't know what it should be. But he should have one. I think there are a few players.
I would think Quincy at this point.
I was just gonna say Quincy's one of them as well, or maybe him and Quinton can have like a combined nickname, kind of like the Sanchise, right? Like something like that. Like I think that those two definitely should. And doesn't Brees have one?
Brees Lightning,
right? Okay,
yeah, that's pretty good actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but every time I think of Brees Lightning, I think of in Major League 2 when there was like Lightning and Thunder. That was like the Willie Mays Hayes movie. The Bobby Ventura.
Yeah, I don't know why I would call Garrett though.
That's
Wire.
The thing. It's like it's a tough one to think of one, but I feel like he should have one.
Maybe the Wire because he's skinny, makes electrifying plays.
That would be great for
a
wide receiver. That would be great for
the Wire. Yeah, the Wire. Right.
That would be so good for a Baltimore receiver. But they for some reason like Baltimore can't figure out the wide receiver position all these years.
No.
Like Zay Flowers is the best they've done in a draft, and they have so many. It's crazy, right?
They always sign like washed up number one picks, number one respect. They just brought DeAndre Hopkins, like,
Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
They're the guy who's like good and stable and all that, and he's like, I could fix that.
I guess you can't be perfect at fucking everything because they crush the draft like at everything else. They do such a good job at.
They're gonna try to win a Super Bowl at some point. Like them or the
they
Bills.
have to. It's too. They
them or the Bills. Someone has to.
They pick so well. Like if you do the analysis on like like how
they win every draft.
How their draft picks turn out over time. Like it's stupid.
Well, we were supposed to get that from Joe Douglas, and we didn't.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's no Howie fucking Roseman. You know what I mean? From
Howie too.
He learned under Howie, so
he learned of Ozzie. He learned
also Ozzie too, but Howie also.
Look, it's kind of the thing where if you look at Belichick, when his assistants leave, they're usually garbage, right? It's like Howie Rose is one of those guys where he's the reason, right? What he does, you can't replicate it. If you try to replicate it, it's not going to work. That's what every Belichick assistant tried to do, was replicate, do your job, Bill Belichick.
Well,
and they crashed and burned.
Vrabel's been good.
What's that?
Vrabel.
Yeah,
Vrabel's the one assistant that is
the one assistant who's been good, but I mean, look, a lot remains to be seen.
And I guess Bill O'Brien had success for a while in Houston.
He did. I think he was scapegoated a little bit in Houston, but
yeah. Well, he did. I mean, he got blessed that he had JJ Watt, kind of carry him defensively, and then Deshaun Watson for a little while until that wasn't. And then
I agree. I think he was a decent coach. I think you can say two of them, but none of them have been like top 20 coach of all time, which is what you hope to get if you're hiring from the Belichick tree. So it's interesting how there's just some things that you just can't replicate.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What would our nickname be for the show?
What do you mean, like us as a unit?
I guess, right?
Like you mean like the Sack Exchange, but like for us?
Yeah, something like that. You know what I mean? Like, so I can introduce it in the next episode. I
don't know.
We might have to think on that one.
The United Nations.
Why? Because we're multicolored. We're the only show that is
and the UN building and the UN building is in New York.
I think the UN school growing up. No, that's it, Monty. That's it. We're different religions, different races, different backgrounds. I think the UN is.
No, what's your?
Yeah, he's Muslim.
I'm Muslim. Yeah.
Muslim. Okay, and Monty, what are you?
Methodist.
I'm Orthodox.
Yeah,
we need a Jew.
Yeah, we'd have more ratings.
We do have more ratings. Well, yeah, there's a lot of hate going on out there. But
one way or another, good or bad, we'd have more ratings.
I don't know. We need something. We need you guys to just like, comment, subscribe, buy the freaking swag. I mean, this hat is freaking sweet, right? And none of you guys are wearing it.
And the black one's even better. I have the black one. I
have the black one too. I was the first one to rock it, and then you guys took forever to get it.
Hey, I got my shit. I want to hear it.
Yeah.
We'll start making more swag, like funny T-shirts and stuff like that that say other things besides "Laugh Through the Turbulence" on it. Actually, that would be the move. And we may make an appearance at training camp or something like that. So just definitely stay tuned to that. But in the meantime, summer is just starting, so that means this off season is going to be super slow. Mm-hmm. We're going to keep coming up with wacky shit whenever we can, and we're going to talk about serious stuff to make Adnan happy, because apparently that's what makes Adnan happy. Talking about new defensive schemes, or like the block. Oh, they're doing this blocking scheme where they're teaching you where to put your hands.
Hey,
I actually did just hear about that.
Yeah, it's smart. It's smart.
Who reported on that? Was that Blewett or Connor Hughes? Somebody was saying
that would have been Robbie Sabo.
Right. Yeah, they're doing some sick.
Yeah. They know what they're doing. If you really need to dig into the serious stuff, so you can try to figure out how to make your bets in the regular season with or against the Jets. Those are the guys that do it. In the end, you'll probably lose your money if you bet with the Jets. But
listen,
go ahead.
I'm going to go the opposite of what John's been saying, throughout this whole. If you're a Jet fan and you bet against the Jets, stop listening, stop watching, don't subscribe. We don't need you.
No, we do need you.
Nope, absolutely not.
I'll take it. Hey, if you want to bet against the Jets, and just laugh at us.
If you want to watch us and if you want to watch us and hate, I'm all for it.
Yeah, hate is gonna hate, man. I take that.
Hate. Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Buy the swag.
Buy our swag!
Are you in need of ethically sourced, 100% non-toxic, laughter-inducing apparel?
Buy our swag!
Do you long for merchandise that respects your right to chuckle in a safe, turbulence-free environment?
Buy our swag!
Look no further. The Laugh Through the Turbulence store is here to provide you with the most socially conscious, eco-friendly-ish, and cancellation-resistant merch available.
Buy our swag!
Our products have been metaphorically crash-tested for comedic integrity, ensuring they meet the highest standards of non-offensive, inclusive, and totally New York Jets-approved humor.
Buy our swag!
Whether you're looking for a t-shirt that says Laugh Through the Turbulence, a New York Jets podcast, or a hat that says Laugh Through the Turbulence, a New York Jets podcast, we've got you covered.
Buy our swag!
So, take a smooth, seatbelt-fastened journey over to our store. The link is in the bio of our YouTube page, and shop with confidence, because the only turbulence you should experience is watching the New York Jets.
Buy our swag!
Disclaimer, no actual turbulence was used in the making of this match. Side FS may include uncontrollable giggling, heightened fashion sense, and an overwhelming desire to talk about the New York Jets. Ha ha ha.
Buy our swag!